Right, good morning all. It looks like I made a mistake when I was doing the recording last night, and I thought it automatically saved, and apparently there was a button I was supposed to hit. So I thought I'd just go over quickly what we talked about last night and let you know where we are. We did have a vote during the class that 6 o'clock is a good time for everybody. So our class will continue to meet at 6 o'clock every Wednesday. The schedules are rearranging, and it has nothing to do with the COVA. It's just, I think they found it was easier to work with this. But the class starts on Wednesday and finishes on Tuesday. So that means, for example, your discussions, they'll be posted every week. And when we meet, we'll discuss the discussion just briefly, and you all can give me some opinions, some thoughts, and then it will be posted so that your classmates can comment it by Friday, and that way everybody's got time to make comments before the end of the week, which is going to be Monday for us. All right, in addition, your assignments, I'm going to ask that your drafts be turned into me by Friday. That gives me time to make a few comments and get it back to you. And then if you have questions or need to meet with me one-on-one, we can do that. But Friday gives you time to make comments to me and me time to get it back to you. And then the final paper will be due on Monday. All right, this is our Leo class. We will always start, or you will always start out with course home. Now, right now, they're posting announcements on here, commenting on the fact that, for example, we've gone to UMGC from UMUC, and so they're having to update all the links. If you should find any, feel free to go ahead and comment to me or comment here to the link, and they'll be looking to make the changes. But sometimes it takes more than one set of eyes to find those changes. Special announcements. We will be meeting as a Zoom class once a week so that you can actually be considering this as a face-to-face class as well. So make sure you read through the instructions here. On May the 29th, there's going to be a virtual recruiter session. So if you all are interested, you can follow up on that. This is Welcome to Your Class from Your Professor. Take some time, read through this if you haven't already done so. This is our link for our Zoom class on Wednesday nights. When you are turning in your assignments, they're due on Monday, and then I will be deducting 5 points per day for every day that your work is not turned in. I will go to a maximum of 50 points. So if you turn something in and it's somewhat okay, the absolute least you can ever get on a paper is 50 points. So please turn it in regardless. Your discussion introduction, if you haven't already done so, please take the time to go through that quickly. Here are some suggestions from Florida Gulf Coast University. They have some great tutorials on using Microsoft. There's a tutorial here on creating Gantt charts, which you will need at the end of the class. All right, there's a link here on how to write emails to make them look professional. There is software available at free or reduced cost from the University of Maryland. So if you want to go there, go here and you can download your free copy. It says, I put Microsoft Word, but in actuality, it's Microsoft Office, the whole thing. There are no fees, and it's yours for life. So it's well worth downloading that if you haven't already done so. Every week I'll put some memes on here for you. Have a look, see if you don't find some of this humorous. And here I says when I don't always ignore your email, but when I do, it's usually because the answer is in the syllabus. And if you haven't already done so, if you go here to the content area, the content area is where our class is actually, the information is actually being posted. And you will find as you scroll down here, here's your syllabus. Download your syllabus, have a look at it. I've got the due dates posted there. Oh, and that reminds me, I forgot. On the content, the course home, there is a monthly calendar, and you can see the due dates for all of your assignments there. All right, your syllabus is here. Course resources, this includes e-readings, reserved documents, writing resources, and at the end of your class, your course evaluation. So have a look at these. Most of these e-resources or e-reserves and such you are able to actually download to your own computer, so you'll have them. You'll find a lot of tutorials on Purdue OWL. They were the first college that started an online writing lab. And okay, Writing Commons is another area for help. Grammar Essentials also. If you go back to the course home in that introduction to me, there is a link to a page that I've got set up, and as people ask questions, I add the information. But there's a whole section in there on how to punctuate sentences, and I'll probably refer you to that as I'm reviewing your papers. All right. In addition to that, there is the student lounge where you can ask your professor. You're always welcome to email me, but if you have a question, you'll probably not be surprised that other classmates have the same question. So post your questions here. If you know the answer to your classmate, feel free to answer for me. But I will get in there and I'll make answers, and then I only have to answer it once. Here are sample papers for the entire class. You can look at other papers that people in other classes have written. Give you an idea of what we're expecting. Each week you open it up. There are your resources, sample paper, discussion topics that you are going to respond to, and then your writing assignment. So there's information there all for every week. But go ahead and look at that and take time to go and review the reading content that they expect you to do. You don't necessarily have to read these because some of them are fairly long, but at least take the time to review through them. And then if you have further questions, ask me. All right, in addition, discussions, these are posted weekly. If you haven't already done so, take some time and post under our classroom introductions. We want to know who you are, what your majors are, and if there's an opportunity for you all to work with one another. So I've only got 5 people out of 7, so I need you all to get posted in there. All right, week 1, here are your responses, and I will fix this. We'll talk about these in class briefly, but then by Friday you are to post so that you can post to so that your fellow classmates have time to go back and respond before the end of the week, which is, and again, this is going to be Monday and not Sunday. All right, in addition, in here, we've got your assignments. These will be posted. You are able to pull this up and you can post your drafts here. And what I suggest you do is you put your name on it, put writing assignment, name, and then write draft and post it. I'll make comments and return it to you. Then when you turn in your final paper, it will be writing assignment, your name, final. Okay? Under My Tools, you can find there's a chat area, grades, quizzes, self-assessments, and such. You'll be able to look at that. You can also contact your classmates. Under Resources, we've got Turn It In. I will use this if I'm looking at your paper and it just doesn't look like something you would have normally written, and then it will turn it in, checks it against research papers and assignments all across all across the world now. So and then it'll come back and tell me if things in your paper are found elsewhere. Here's a link to your library. Here's a link to the Writing Center. Keep in mind that the Writing Center, they're busy, and it's going to take at least 24 hours to get a response back. So don't turn something into them this afternoon that you need back from them tonight. Turn it in today if you need it back by tomorrow, late tomorrow. All right, folks, I hope this gives you a good overview. I'll look forward to seeing you all again next Wednesday. And if you have questions or you wish to just meet with me anytime, let me know, and I'll be happy to set up a time to meet with you. All right, guys, have a great week. See you next Wednesday.